Deep in the heart of the Amazon, where ancient whispers echo through emerald canopies, lurks a master of deception, the emerald tree boa. Mistaken for a vine, it coils silently, scales blending flawlessly with foliage. Voted by evolution's fire, this snake's camouflage hides deadly secrets, ambushes on prey, escapes from predators. Join us to uncover its thrilling survival tales that will change how you see the jungle forever. The Amazon rainforest stretches like an endless sea of green across South America, a colossal ecosystem that holds more mysteries than stars in the night sky. Spanning over 5.5 million square kilometers, it's home to an astonishing array of life, millions of insect species, thousands of birds, and reptiles that have perfected the art of survival in this humid, vibrant chaos. The air is thick with moisture. Rivers carve through the landscape like veins of liquid silver, and the canopy towers up to 200 feet high, filtering sunlight into dappled patterns on the forest floor. It's here, in this labyrinth of life and death, that our emerald tree boa thrives, a silent sentinel among the vines. The rainforest isn't just a backdrop, it's a character in its own right, shaping every twist and turn of the snake's existence with its unpredictable weather, seasonal floods, and relentless competition for resources. Imagine the sounds, the relentless patter of rain on broad leaves, the screech of howler monkeys echoing like distant thunder, and the subtle rustle that could be wind or something far more sinister. The Amazon's biodiversity is staggering. It's estimated to house 10% of the world's known species, each intertwined in a web of predator and prey. For the emerald tree boa, this means a world where every branch is a potential hunting ground or hiding spot. The forest's layers, the emergent trees piercing the sky, the dense canopy, the understory shrouded in shadow, and the leaf-littered floor, provide endless opportunities for camouflage. But danger lurks everywhere. Harpy eagles with talons like scythes soar above, while ocelots prowl below. The snake must navigate this vertical maze, using the environment's own complexity to its advantage, blending into the mottled light and tangled foliage that confounds even seasoned explorers. Deeper still, the Amazon's rhythms dictate the snake's life cycle. During the wet season, rivers swell, flooding vast areas and forcing creatures to higher ground, perfect for an arboreal hunter like our boa, which perches on branches overhanging swollen streams, waiting for fish or amphibians to surface. In the dry months, the forest contracts, prey becomes scarcer, and the snake's camouflage must work overtime to conserve energy and avoid detection. Indigenous tribes, like the Yanomami or the Ashaninka, have long revered this place, weaving tales of spirits that inhabit the trees, much like our elusive serpent. Their knowledge, passed down through generations, highlights how the rainforest's secrets are not just biological, but cultural, with snakes often symbolizing transformation and hidden wisdom. Yet modern threats loom. Deforestation carves wounds into this green heart, disrupting the delicate balance and pushing species like the emerald tree boa toward precarious edges. As we venture further, picture the micro-worlds within, epiphytes clinging to trunks like living ornaments, bromeliads pooling water that becomes nurseries for tadpoles, prey for our camouflaged predator. The humidity fosters a symphony of decay and renewal, where fallen logs host fungi that mimic patterns on the snake's scales, enhancing its disguise. Nocturnal hunts add another layer. Under the cover of darkness, the boa's heat-sensing pits detect warm-blooded meals, turning the night into its domain. But the Amazon isn't static. Climate change alters rainfall patterns, introducing unpredictability that tests even the most adaptable. Through it all, the emerald tree boa endures, a testament to the forest's enigmatic power. Where survival is an art form, painted in shades of green and shadow. Finally, let's ground this in a real expedition. In the 1990s, explorers from the Smithsonian documented regions where these snakes were so well hidden that entire teams missed them until infrared cameras revealed their presence. This setting isn't merely scenic. It's a crucible that forges masters of deception, where the line between life and illusion blurs. As we prepare to unveil the snake itself, remember, the Amazon's enigma is the stage, and our boa is the star, its secrets woven into the very fabric of this wild, whispering world. Tracing back through the mists of time, the emerald tree boa's story begins in the ancient supercontinent of Gondwana, where reptilian ancestors slithered across landscapes that would one day fracture into South America. Fossils from the Eocene epoch, some 50 million years ago, hint at early boas adapting to arboreal life, their bodies elongating and scales evolving for grip on bark and branches. In the Amazon's cradle, natural selection sculpted these creatures into camouflage virtuosos, favoring those whose green pigmentation mirrored the perpetual verdure. Genetic drifts and mutations honed their patterns, irregular white spots that break up outlines, making them indistinguishable from lichen-covered vines. This evolution wasn't rushed. It was a slow dance with the environment, where survivors passed on traits that turned visibility into vulnerability's antithesis. Delving into phylogeny, the emerald tree boa, scientifically known as Corylus caninus, belongs to the Boidae family, kin to pythons and anacondas, but specialized for tree dwelling. Its ancestors likely migrated from ground-based hunters, developing prehensile tails for anchoring and vertically slit pupils for depth perception in dim light. Evolutionary pressures from predators like birds of prey accelerated camouflage development. Those with superior blending survived to reproduce, embedding these traits in the gene pool. Studies from herpetologists reveal how melanin distribution in scales creates the vivid emerald hue, a chlorophyll-like adaptation that absorbs and reflects light to match surroundings. But it's not just color. Behavioral evolution plays a role, with instinctive stillness mimicking inanimate objects. A strategy refined over eons. Consider the role of isolation. The Amazon's vastness created pockets of speciation where subpopulations diverged. In northern regions, boas might exhibit brighter greens to match sun-dappled canopies, while southern variants lean toward duller tones for shaded understories. This microevolution underscores the snake's resilience, adapting to subtle environmental gradients. Ancient cataclysms, like the Andean uplift, altered river courses and climates, forcing further adaptations, stronger constricting muscles for varied prey, from birds to small mammals. Indigenous lore complements science. Tribes speak of a creator spirit that painted the snake with forest colors as a gift of protection. Echoing evolutionary truths in mythic form, modern genetics unveils more. DNA sequencing shows close relations to other Corylus species, with shared camouflage genes that activate during embryonic development. Environmental epigenetics adds intrigue. Stress from habitat changes can influence gene expression, potentially altering scale patterns in offspring. Yet threats like habitat loss accelerate evolutionary bottlenecks, reducing genetic diversity and challenging the snake's adaptive prowess. Field observations from biologists in Manaus reveal how juveniles, born live in litters of up to 20, start with reddish hues that shift to green as they mature. A temporary camouflage for leaf litter before ascending to trees, unveiling this origin's tale. We see not just a snake, but a living fossil of adaptation. From Gondwanan roots to Amazonian mastery, the emerald tree boa embodies evolution's ingenuity, its hidden secrets a blueprint of survival etched in scales and instinct. As we transition to its disguise techniques, remember, this unveiling is but the prelude to the artistry that keeps it alive in the jungle's embrace. At the core of the emerald tree, boa's survival, lies its unparalleled camouflage, a symphony of biology and behavior that renders it nearly invisible. The scales, interlocking like armored tiles, reflect light in ways that mimic the dappled sunlight filtering through leaves, creating an optical illusion of depth and texture. Specialized chromatophores, pigment cells, allow subtle color shifts in response to light and temperature, fine-tuning the green palette from lime to deep forest hues. White markings, irregular and asymmetrical, disrupt the snake's outline, a technique known as disruptive coloration, fooling predators into seeing fragments rather than a whole form. This isn't passive. The boa positions itself along branches, aligning its body with vines to enhance the deception. A behavioral masterstroke honed by instinct. Delve into the science. Infrared reflectance studies show how the scales scatter heat signatures, making the snake harder to detect by thermal sensing foes like owls. Texture plays a role too. Keeled scales provide a rough, leaf-like feel, while the body's flattened shape when coiled imitates twisted foliage. In motion, it moves with glacial slowness, minimizing disturbance that could betray its presence. Prey falls victim to this ambush strategy. A frog hopping nearby sees only stillness until fangs strike. Ecologists note regional variations. Boas in flooded Vasia forests adopt mottled patterns resembling waterlogged bark, while those in terra-firm uplands favor uniform greens for consistent canopy cover. But camouflage extends beyond visuals. Olfactory disguise minimizes scent trails, with the snake's minimal metabolic waste reducing chemical cues. Behavioral mimicry adds layers. It sways gently with wind-blown branches, synchronizing movements to environmental rhythms. Nighttime enhances this. Under moonlight, the white spots glow faintly like dew, blending with nocturnal dewdrops. Researchers using camera traps have captured these techniques in action, showing how a boa can remain undetected for days, even as monkeys forage inches away. Threats test this mastery. During molting, duller skin temporarily hampers disguise, forcing reliance on behavioral evasion like deeper retreats into foliage. Intriguingly, sexual dimorphism influences techniques. Females, larger and often gravid, employ bolder perches with enhanced patterning, while males, sleeker, favor agile shifts between branches. Juvenile strategies differ. Their reddish-brown phase mimics dead leaves on the forest floor, transitioning as they climb. Human impacts reveal vulnerabilities. Artificial lights disrupt natural shading, exposing snakes to poachers who exploit their beauty for the pet trade. Conservationists counter with education, highlighting how preserving habitat safeguards these techniques, revealing these masters of disguise. We uncover a world where every scale tells a story of adaptation. From chromatic wizardry to behavioral cunning, the emerald tree boa's camouflage is nature's espionage at its finest, secrets that ensure its throne in the Amazon's shadowy realm. In the pulse of the Amazon, survival tales of the emerald tree boa unfold like gripping thrillers, each hunter calculated gamble. Perched motionless on a branch, the snake's heat pits detect a bat fluttering nearby. Bam! A lightning coil ensnares it, constriction crushing in seconds. These ambushes rely on patience. Hours, even days, pass in statue-like vigil, energy conserved for the strike. Prey varies, birds, lizards, rodents, all lured by the forest's bounty, unaware of the hidden jaws. When documented hunts saw a boa snatch a hummingbird mid-hover, its camouflage turning the branch into a deadly trap. But failure looms. Missed strikes mean starvation, pushing the snake to refine its aim through trial and error. Escapes paint equally vivid pictures. A jaguar's shadow approaches, vibrations alerting the boa to drop silently into undergrowth, blending with roots like a vanished phantom. Harpy eagles, with vision 8 times sharper than humans, pose aerial threats, yet the snake's irregular patterns foil dives, the bird clutching empty air. Flood seasons bring chaos. Rising waters force relocations, where camouflage must adapt to floating debris. A close call recounted by rangers involved a boa entangled in fishing nets, its green scales mimicking algae until rescuers freed it. A testament to human-wildlife intersections, heart-pounding narratives emerge from interspecies dramas. Rival snakes vie for territory, coiling in silent standoffs where superior disguise claims the perch. Parasites add peril. Ticks and mites burrow under scales, weakening the host and forcing energy-draining sheds. Climate anomalies intensify tails. Droughts concentrate prey at waterholes, heightening hunts but exposing to more predators. Indigenous stories amplify this. A Yanomami legend tells of a boa escaping a spirit hunter by becoming one with a sacred tree. Symbolizing resilience, modern encounters reveal human-induced close calls. Loggers' chainsaws disrupt habitats, sending boas fleeing into unfamiliar zones where camouflage falters. Poaching attempts fail when snakes vanish into canopies, but trafficking succeeds too often, ripping them from homes. Conservation triumphs counter this. Relocation programs use tracking to study escapes, ensuring survival. One tale: a tagged boa evaded a forest fire by burrowing into moist soil. Emerging unscathed days later, these survival sagas, hunts of precision, escapes of cunning, close calls of fortune, illuminate the boa's tenacity. In the Amazon's arena, every day is a chapter of peril and prowess, secrets that bind life in eternal struggle. Beneath the Amazon's veil lie hidden secrets of the emerald tree boa, mysteries that intrigue scientists and storytellers alike. Thermoregulation remains enigmatic. The snake basks in sunflecks, but how it maintains core temperature in perpetual humidity defies simple models. Biofluorescence adds wonder. Under UV light, scales glow, perhaps signaling mates in twilight, a secret unseen by day. Reproductive rituals whisper of courtship dances, males trailing pheromones along branches. Yet full behaviors elude observation in the dense jungle. Mysteries deepen with symbiotic ties. Ants patrol host trees, deterring herbivores that might expose the snake, an unspoken alliance. Ancient fossils suggest lost kin with iridescent scales, hinting at untapped genetic vaults. Indigenous shamans attribute mystical powers, claiming the boa guards portals to spirit realms, blending fact with folklore. Uncharted territories hold potential discoveries, new morphs with golden flecks, adaptations to microclimates. Human mysteries intersect. Cryptic populations evade censuses, complicating conservation. Climate secrets loom. Warming alters prey cycles, forcing unknown shifts. The deep jungle's enigmas, from bioluminescent lures to evolutionary puzzles, keep the boa's story unfolding, a tapestry of hidden wonders.